mine off the J Public, maybe.
What did you say was that, motherfucker?
Pulling in better than the omnidirectional. I may have to move that camera under.
Yeah, when you're in there, but the audio is not punch-worthy with all the extra noise going on in here tonight. But when you're in there, you're in there. What antenna are you on tonight?
On a J-pole. Yeah, 3811. Go ahead. October 29th.
What day you think about the lady?
Where'd you say you was at?
1049 Ranger on the rain on Lazy H.
I'll tell you what.
Hey, I've got several signals in there with you guys, but I am hearing.
There you are, Night Ranger. You came up to my S9 on that one in the clear. Good to hear you on, but you say you got, what, rain affecting your Lazy H?
I appreciate it. Sounding good down here in North Carolina. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to the mode. Appreciate it.
Anyway, you guys think if it gets a little more of a pipeline like we had last week, I'll come back in. I believe in it, guys. South Carolina.
Alright there, Night Ranger 116. There's a lot of you Carolina boys coming in right now, but I got you there, 116. Keep an ear out on Classic Radio Roundup. Join us in there when you can again. I do have the gate rolling. Good to hear you in there, Night Ranger. 441 to Spitfire on this Regency Imperial.
Yeah, he got taken out by 427. Yeah, I guarantee you.
He's been doing that to you for the last half hour.
123.
We're all up in there receive on this Cobra 139.
I need a little more smoke, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think tonight's a maximum smoke available night.
All those ones with 427 numbers are strong.
At least we're getting people in here that we can understand. Before it was just a big roaring noise floor.
Yeah, what did he say about that Lazy H? You can't use it because it's raining on it?
I thought he said something like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably right because I think he told me once before that when it rains on it, the match goes up.
Yeah, that's not such a good thing. I was looking around in my materials shed here, and I actually think I have the materials to build one out of rigid instead of wire, and I'm going to put it on a fiberglass mast. I might be able to make myself a rotatable vertical Lazy H. I guess it wouldn't be lazy anymore.
Yeah. I thought you bought that horizontal. Well, vertical would work probably better for locals.
Yeah, that's right. I already have a horizontal 3-element beam over here.
That's true.
I'd like to try that Lazy H as an H.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I got these some real long aluminum rod that was one of them commercial low band antenna radials, and I have 4 of them, and that'll make me the two elements that I need. I think I have just enough material to make the thing vertical. I'm going to give it a whirl.
Oh yeah, sure enough. Yeah, 55. Sounding good out here in Georgia, no doubt. And conditions sure enough tonight, 18 Georgia. He showed on a set of video too. Matter of fact, I put his up.
Almost the S9 Heterodyne.
Let's see boys carry on. But I wanted to give you one more time before you got it. Conditions change. Take care of Murphy out there.
Murphy's back in there. He says he's going to key up one more time.
I thought that sounded like a different Murphy from Georgia. Come in here, Murphy, and clarify your location.
Something wrong with the radios.
Somebody else is trying to check in. Come on, Classic Radio Roundup.
Always room for check-ins.
We got this many in here. We got room for one more. Classic Radio Roundup, 441 the Spitfire on this glowing glass antique radio.
And the Undertaker says there's always room for checkouts too.
Yeah, you can check out any time you want, but you can never leave. No doubt. Yeah, Classic Radio Roundup. We're like the Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
You will be assimilated into the Classic Radio Collective.
That's right.
Oh yeah, got another cheap eBay buy.
What the heck are you doing on eBay?
Playing my lottery tickets. It's a Robin base station Mobile GT7C.
It's a what?
A Robin base station GT7C. Robin.
Oh, GT. Not familiar with that number.
It's a digital readout 23 channel mobile that slips into this big box that makes it a big base.
There you go, the convertible mobile.
Yeah, early hard drive. Doc Hammer told me about him when he responded to a PM or something, or we were talking on the forum there about those Robins. I think that's where he put a picture of one up, and I went on the bay, and sure enough, there it was, $9.99.
Wow, that's cheaper than a Rustler steak.
Yeah, or a country buffet. And I saw in the picture, because it said that the base unit and the clock worked, the power pack and the clock worked, but the radio didn't. And I picked out on the photo there was a jumper that had to be made, and that was missing.
That's why the radio didn't work.
I'm betting on it.
Alrighty then.
All they had in the back of the radio was a spot for a thumb screw, and you push the radio in the dock, the base dock or whatever you want to call it, and then there's a thumb screw that gets made in the back. On the picture, it looked like somebody added an erroneous extra switch knob.
Oh, they put the extra switch in that hole?
No, it looks like a big switch, and I knew it was a thumb screw. If you looked at it, you'd be like, oh, that thing's been hacked.
No. Yeah, you don't want that. Virgins only.
Yeah, I don't mind. If they're $10 or $15, I don't mind. Pay a little shipping. If they don't work, they go in the pile.
Well, that's the thing. You could buy a radio for $15, but by the time you're done paying shipping, it's like 60 or 70. Depending on where you're getting it from.
There was a Utopia I had a snipe bid on. It went like triple over what I was willing to pay.
Yeah, it's a shame. They do tend to go for some good money sometimes.
This one was like $400.
Wow, I better be a cream puff for that. That's one of the higher prices I've seen.
He said working with manual. I had the factory or the owner's manual with it.
Oh, let me tell you, that's worth $200. Let me tell you.
I think it actually had the Sam's with it too. That could be a good or bad thing.
Well, yeah. If you need the Sam's, that means it must have needed work.
I would have gone $1.75. That was my limit.
Yeah, I would say 100's a good top end, but half of them go for 150, 200, 250. You know, it's crazy. Once in a while, somebody will be asleep at the switch, and you get a chance to get in there and grab one. But you know, they're almost as bad as Brownings and trams.
That's why I don't have one. Every time I went after one, they just went too salty for my blood, so I don't have one, and I gave up.
I'm thankful that I do.
Yeah, it's a good sounding radio.
Yeah, and you've had that thing for a long time. I remember that from back in the day.
A little dirty, the controls are getting a little dirty, and things are getting a little intermittent, you know.
Yeah, but you've had that radio for quite some time.
I have, and I know the lineage of it for the most part. Uncle Chucky had it back in the 70s.
Yeah, boy, got out of line. And I don't know, 43 don't shut it down, so you better come on right in.
Then it went to Blue Bandit, and he used it up the mountains for a number of years, and then he gave it to me.
Yeah, it's real helpful when you know the lineage of the radio.
Yeah, I don't know who had it before Uncle Chucky did, but no, Little Caesars ended up in my hand. That was my first one. I was dumb. I sold this thing. I wish the hell I would have kept it. That one was in better shape.
Is the final 3-tube, one driving tube?
No, it was only one tube in it.
And that's the final?
Yep. It's like a 12 JT6 or something.
I've seen accessories for that look identical with that blue stripe.
Yeah, well, you know, that particular design with the blue stripe, High Gain had a ham radio that looked a lot like that.
Yeah, that unobtainium one?
Yeah, it's a very rare ham radio. I saw one go on eBay not too long ago.
Oh, I think you're right. I considered that like an optional thing. Yeah, it was like a transverter or a ham radio. I did see that. But not that they made some Uber bass too that goes for $1,000.
Yeah, this is an HF rig.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and I think I've seen like a speaker and a power pack or something.
Yeah, I don't know if the High Gain made a matching speaker for the Utopia or whether that was for the ham rig. I think it was for the ham rig. But it's funny because it looked, you know, they used that same case design for the Utopia. It's the only radio they did that with, you know, for a TV band.
I got a on my meter right now.
All kinds of noise on the roundup tonight. Good grief.
Just like last week.
Deja vu. Well, then I didn't miss much when I wasn't videogating last week.
Oh, that's right. Are you videogating tonight?
Yeah, I started when Night Ranger came in here.
I might have to switch over to my other radio a little later on.
You better hurry up. I got 8 minutes left. But I guess I can clear the card and put it in again.
Yeah, you usually do like 3 segments of 20.
Rager.
Yeah, there's the Nitro 100. Yeah, but I'm feeling lazy tonight. Go ahead, Nitro.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. Thought I'd pop my head in the door and say hello.
I think the door's wide open tonight for you. You're in there wall to wall.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Even Nitro.
Straight, as they say.
Yep, 10-8 and straight.
Even Nitro 100.
Hey there, Sparky. What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much.
Man, a lot of noise in there. noise.
I'm with you, Nitro. It's noise. We did make a couple of contacts in there, that people we know and whatnot, but otherwise, it's just noise.
All day long.
Yeah, where's the Barbie music? I'm going to take this time of noise to go refill the coffee cup. Carry on with Classic Radio Roundup.
Best show on radio. It might be time to start itching the squelch up ever so slightly.
Yeah, like halfway.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to squelch too much out, because I might miss some locals.
Sparky, how's that antenna farm working over there for you?
I guess he ducked out to take care of some pressing issue.
Could be. Look, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's for sure.
Hey, Nitro, did you get out camping over the holiday?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been good, man. We went up and did some dry camping up in Airville at a ham friend of ours' place, and a lot of fun.
No, good deal. Yeah, we did the same thing. We boondocked for a couple of nights. 31 degrees on Sunday night up there.
I'll tell you what, man, that wind was blowing too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, none of the hang gliders could fly. Towards the evening in the morning, they'd have a sled ride just up the canyon wall, but nothing during the day, really.
That still must have been pretty wild.
Yeah, it was so windy. One of the guys' kites, he had it stuck in the ground with one of those spirals, like, dog anchors, I'd call it. I don't know, dog run or something. But it ripped out of the ground and went up into the weeds and the trees. We all ran down to pull it out of the pickers.
Sounds familiar. I had a 10 by 10 dining canopy that took flight, and we fished that thing out of an apple tree. You should have saw that action.
I'm sure somebody has it on video.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, I'll have to scour YouTube for that one.
Yeah, these guys, they walked up and they're like, yeah, let's just leave it there, he should have tied it down better, and I said, no, it's going to get ripped up in the pickers, and I was like, man, if somebody only had a picture of this to put on that website, and like 4 phones whip out,
I'll tell you what, I thought I'd be slick, take every precaution. Not only did I anchor the 4 legs with 9-inch tent nails, but I also anchored with guy wire, at 4 points, and it still just picked that thing right up off the ground. It was unbelievable.
One hell of a wind.
It was blowing, man. We were right on the Susquehanna, and it almost as if it was funneled right at us. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. going down from the mountains right down the river valley.
It sure was, and how.
Yeah, we were about 200 feet off the Susquehanna, so we weren't right in the wind tunnel, so to speak. But when we took the Jeep down there and we hung out at the river, it was very windy, yeah.
I was up in Poconos and it was equally windy.
I said I had a couple of them Galaxy
The camper run good for you, Nitro? No mechanical failures?
Well, there was a bunch of... Well, actually, there was, and I just fixed it, actually. I lost my deep cell DC in the coach, and only had DC appliances when I ran the generator or plugged it in, you know, and I couldn't run an extension cord from the guy's barn that far, so yeah, so we certainly dry camping unless that generator was running, but I found it. There was a DC breaker in the battery control center buried under a bunch of boards, and I found it. No bigger than a pencil eraser, and tripped it, and click, magic, everything's back.
Yeah, right on it.
Yeah, I wonder what tripped it in the first place.
Well, I've been good.
Yeah, you know, I really don't know. We took it to a Phillies game for a big tailgate, had like 25 people. I don't know. I have no idea. But no harm. Everything's back to normal. But if it goes again, it'll certainly take some serious investigation.
From all of our skill ball,
Yeah, you might have an intermittent short, or, you know, like a wire, the insulation's been rubbing through or something, and it's just starting to make contact with something.
Could be. Could be.